Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Radio Redux. I'm Urtheart. I'm taking over this show for this week, but not alone, because with me I have the illustrious Turbo.
Hello!
And today we're going to be covering the, as of recording, extremely recent shows that have been going on and announcements from PlayStation State of Play and the Summer Games Fest, which, as of recording, was last night.
Yes, it's all heating up in the gaming world. See what I did there? Yeah.
I mean, depends who you ask. A lot of stuff is not heating up till next year.
Yeah,
so,
well, but it's, summer, it's start summer, whatever. Anyway.
Yeah, well, it's one of those ones, and we might see it as go through, is that this year's looking a little barren. There's only one game coming out in November, a few games coming out in October, and a lot of things trying to squeeze in the last week of September.
Yeah, September is I always joked, I always heard the term Broketober because of all the games that were coming out in October. Now it's Brokecember, because that month this year is chock-a-block of like releases of new IPs and new continuing kind of like franchises and whatnot, or like returns of certain franchises, and I
think a lot of that is to avoid the two big games coming out, aka Grand Theft Automobile 6 and
good way of saying it,
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4.
Does really anyone care about Modern Warfare 4?
Yes.
In all honesty,
yeah, there's enough people that do, not in probably people we know or listen to the show, but in the wider world, yeah, it's still one of the highest grossing games every year. Last year took quite a bit of a tumble because if you owned Xbox Game Pass, you didn't have to pay for it, which is probably why they've taken it out of Xbox Game Pass for this year.
Yeah, they need to get that money somehow, and they need to make
exactly
up for that multi-billion-dollar payout those years back.
Well, Xbox's showcase at the time of recording is not till tomorrow, so we'll cover that another week, probably. But for now, let's start off with PlayStation, who had their show on the Tuesday, a lot earlier than everything else. And they opened fairly strong.
Yeah. They definitely opened up strong with that of Marvel's Wolverine, which the first kind of like showcase of gameplay for it. And yeah, I wasn't like me with the Marvel game franchises. Like Spider-Man was not on my radar a lot. Like those three Spider-Man games, the first one, Miles Morales, and the second one. Is like, I'm not focused on it. But this, Marvel's Wolverine, has me intrigued and thinking I might want to get it.
So interestingly, I've only played the first of those three Spider-Man games, but I did quite enjoy it. And it's a very quality game. You can tell that Insomniac have a lot of love behind that franchise. I suspect this is going to be very much the same. I think they've put a lot of work and effort into it. I'll say I'm probably less excited than the Spider-Mans, but it still looks pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that I'm loving is how visceral it is. Like, visceral, violent, visceral kind of like, in terms of like, combat. It's just... It's the follow-up to Wolverine, or X-Men Origins Wolverine, that we never thought would happen again. Because a lot of people who are fans of that game will definitely say, oh, this is as close to a follow-up of that than anything. Because that was also a game that was like very brutal and kind of like very heavy on its combat, and completely deviated from the original source material of it being that movie tie-in game. It definitely deviated a lot. Obviously, with this new Marvel's Wolverine, this is obviously its own original. Well, I say own original story. I mean, the gameplay we had here was a mission of Wolverine finding some captured mutants from a militia group that's obviously taken them away, and he has Jean Grey there to help him, and whatnot at a point in the game.
There's been a few previews saying that first of all, the X-Men don't exist in this timeline.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
If I remember rightly. So this has kind of been post that thing interviews. X-Men haven't been set up. This is Wolverine in his pure, proper Wolverine state. And that there will be a cameo from Spider-Man as well, from Insomniac's universe. But he won't be playable.
Oh, of course.
But it does sound like other characters are going to be playable.
Okay. I thought it was just going to be a single player. Well, it's a single player affair, right? There's no co-op.
It is No, it's still a single player affair, but my guess is that you're going to have scenes where you aren't playing as Wolverine. I'm pretty sure they actually did show a scene where you play as Sabretooth.
Yeah, let's just hope that it's not the same as those other scenes in the Spider-Man games where you're playing as a character that has no superpowers whatsoever. Yeah.
As I said, I'm pretty sure one of the scenes shows you playing as Sabretooth, who, let's be honest, that's going to be very similar to Wolverine.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think you need to be too worried about that. This is coming out in September, so it's probably one of the closer releases. This has actually been announced since, I think about Feb time they announced the release date for this, but still hadn't shown any footage.
Right.
So it'd be interesting to see. I don't know if this is going to be a day one purchase for me. It might be. Depends on how much money I have and generally what's coming around that time.
Well, I don't know. I've forgotten when in September it's coming out. I don't know if it's like 15th. The first half or the second half.
Directly in the middle, 15th.
Oh, 15th. Oh, right. Well, I might be able to
September.
get it done then, I guess, before Turboween. Because I've got a lot for Turboween this year. On my stream, twitch.tv/TurboDrive Live.
There's certainly a lot of horror announced this year, but we'll get to that.
There's a lot of horror announced, and a lot of games of horror that I've yet to play on stream that also came out this year as well. So yeah, but yeah, no, I'll definitely think of getting Wolverine on its release.
Wolverine for me is like in the middle of the like anticipated. I think I'll enjoy it regardless because Insomniac stuff is good, but I really need to go back and finish the Spider-Man games first. I haven't played Miles Morales.
Even though it's not a requirement for that game, you can just jump into Wolverine, I would think.
Oh yeah, I'm sure I can. Doesn't mean I don't want to go and play the other Spider-Man games. It's just time.
That's like saying things like, "Oh, I can't play the new Duskblood game from FromSoft on the Nintendo Switch. I have to play through every single Soulsborne game beforehand." It's a bit crazy.
Say that. True, that hasn't come up yet. I will say I'm actually not looking forward to that game because it's a pure PvP focused one. Whereas I like the Souls games for their PvE stuff. But I will say, I haven't played the Elden Ring DLC yet, which I really should do because I want to, and that's an entire game in itself, essentially.
All in due time.
I mean, I will say, I have yet to see it go on discount. I don't think Shadow of the Erdtree has gone on discount since launch.
Give it time.
Oh, it will eventually. But let's get back to Marvel, because the second announcement was still Marvel.
Yeah, Tokon.
Yes, so
I'm not a big fighting guy. Like the only fighting property I've obviously been massively into has been Dead or Alive, and that wasn't showcased at all in any presentations.
Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, so with its newest entry anyway, number 7.
Which I think is still a while off, to be fair.
Yeah, and they have last round for 6 coming out.
Yes, to go
very soon. So that's fine. But no, Tokon's Fighting Souls, the Marvel game that is not Marvel vs. Capcom because they couldn't get they didn't want to do another partnership. So let's get let's get the Dragon Ball Fighters guys on this.
I mean, let's be fair. Arc System Works have been firing on all cylinders for the last 5 years.
It's like they had Fighters. Then afterwards they had Guilty Gear, and whatnot, and then
Guilty Gear Strife is still going strong, and they've had some interesting. They've had a crossover with Cyberpunk for all things.
Yeah, which is something that was also announced.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Marvel.
Actually, no, I'm thinking of another game. Sorry, scratch that. But they also had they did the Fatal what was it? Fatal Fury one. The City of the Wolves.
Did they? I don't think they did. No, I thought that was SNK.
But anyway, so Fighting Souls, Tokon. They announced a lot of a new character set, showcasing Doctor Doom and
Doctor Doom's team. So it's worth noting that they've been slowly bringing out trailers, and those trailers announce new characters as part of 4-player teams, because the game is meant to be a 4v4 fighter. And I'm guessing you're encouraged to play in these teams. So from this one, we had Doom's team. So this is, I think at the time, we only knew as Doom as the only enemy. Well, the certain characters who had previously been revealed had been enemies, but were now on hero teams. Go with that as you will. I can't say I know too much about all the Marvel characters, but yes, this is the what was it? Something like Servants of Doom or something. But it is basically your villain team. So we knew about Doom. We get Magneto in, which, to be honest, if you didn't bring Magneto back for a fighting game, I think people would have rioted, because he's
the master of fan favorites.
I mean, so
if you got that reference, congratulations, everyone.
Yeah. So I am out of all the fighting games, Marvel vs. Capcom is one of the ones that I'm a little bit more familiar with. And Magneto has been a staple for a reason. He has generally been one of the top tier characters for every MVC game. Mm-hmm. So I think everyone was quite happy to see him return. Mm-hmm. Then we got the Green Goblin.
Interesting. It's like
it's a good pick.
People have ever screamed, I need Green Goblin in my Marvel fighting game and whatnot. So
no, but I think it's one of those ones where if you're going to have, with a lot of fighting games, you'll tend to have, your heavy hitting characters, your ranged characters. Villains tend to be in the more heavy category when they're in, comic books and stuff. They tend to be the big baddies. So having someone that is a little bit more quick and nimble, which is the Green Goblin, is actually quite a good pick, I think. And he's got a bit of range. And also you can pull from both Green Goblins, because there's 2 of them in the Spider-Man mythos. There's the original one, and then I think his son takes over the mantle.
Yes, yeah. That I was trying to recall that, and yes, that is correct. I was obviously harking back to the original animated series, not the original animated, the 90s animated series, where you had the Hobgoblin as kind of
I think that's what his son's name is. He takes Hobgoblin to differentiate himself from the Green Goblin a little bit.
Because that character wasn't tied to the Osborn name at all. Well, other than taking the technology and whatnot from him, it was just another guy.
Yeah,
portraying that character. But
I mean, they all have slightly different laws, don't they?
Though again, nobody's screaming for a Hobgoblin return in any of these Marvel projects and whatnot. So,
but then we got someone who was a bit different and not the cool I think everybody was expecting. Whether they're angry about it or not is different, because we didn't get Venom, which is what everyone thought we were getting. We got Carnage.
No, that's better. I think Carnage is obviously, if you are setting up a villain team, Carnage, and you wanted to have a symbiote between Venom and Carnage, pick Carnage. Carnage is the more evil character.
The only thing I worry about Carnage is, would he work in a team? Because
I mean, granted,
Venom, I think, is level-headed enough that he would I feel like Venom is not necessarily, he's somewhat in the middle between hero and villain, but he'll just side with whatever benefits him the most. He's level headed enough for that.
But then you've got, Carnage, who's just plain evil and will just do whatever evil things. Yeah. And of course, he'll do it in his whatever way possible and whatnot. I've seen many interpretations of the character. Even the most recent Let There Be Carnage movie.
Fair. I have not seen any of that, so...
Yeah, well, you're not missing much. But,
but yes, I think we already had the release date for that, which is 6th of August.
Yes.
So that's fairly soon.
It's not too far away, so...
It's an
a lot of the stuff that's on the State of Play is definitely gotta be recent. Like, some's gotta be out this year.
There was more stuff on, I think, the PlayStation 1 than the Summer Games Fest that was out this year. To be fair, there was a lot more that had a release date, I think is the best way of...
Yeah. They were just obviously showcasing more of it before their releases.
Yeah. So. Well, let's keep going. Next up was a game semi-expected. There were rumours, but not quite in the way I think that it was shown off. Rayman is back.
Yeah, it definitely beats that posting on, I think it was on Xbox, of like a remaster of Legends.
Hold that for
$9,999.
Yeah, something tells me that might have been a slight error. But okay. Rayman Legends Retold. Exactly what is it? It is a complete remake of Rayman Legends, which is interesting in many ways because they've gone from 2D graphics to 3D graphics. Opinions? Did you play Rayman Legends?
Well, it's gone from I think it was like 2D drawn animation.
Hand-drawn animation, yeah.
Hand-drawn animation. It wasn't 2D models or 3D models on a 2D plane. I don't think.
No, it was. They used a mix of technology. They called it like Ubi art, but it was meant to feel like hand-drawn art in in the levels, and I genuinely quite liked that art style.
Yeah, but not actual 3D.
No,
it's not like a fully modeled 3D model kind of like thing. So that's the major departure of this, and you do kind of lose some of the charm when you take something that was characterized in a drawn style and make it 3D. And I saw that with some of the characters there. So it's like, particularly that of the Viking girl character. I've forgotten her name.
Oh, no, it's not Batilda, because Batilda's a fairy and she's like the descendant of Batilda or something. Right. Barbara, that's it.
Aye, okay. So
Barbara the Barbarian.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Barbara, she's there. It's, I mean, I get it, but it's like, it's a bit...
she definitely has taken a brunt for the worse. And also, someone pointed out that there's quite a few scenes where her tongue is clipping through her teeth.
Oh, dear. So, obviously, that trailer is very rough, kind of like early...
Well, that was the pre-rendered cutscene stuff, which is even more concerning. But the game, they've said they're going to have new levels. A lot of those new levels are 3D flying dragon segments. Again, not sure how I feel about those yet. Well,
if they can license Bamalam again for that one level, that would be interesting.
So, supposedly, yes. Not only are they doing that, there's going to be even more of those musical levels.
Like from other, like, licensed covers, you think?
We don't know.
Because that's all they've said. Like, the notable thing for that level was that it was a parody cover of an existing song.
Yes. They did that for a few.
So whether or not they do that for future level for these new levels in Retold,
they've already shown off one of them that I think does use a licensed music that they are redoing. So, although I will say it also doesn't look as good because they've removed half the things that happen in it because 3D graphics obviously take up more power.
Yes.
However, it is also worth noting that, first of all, the game is a lower price. The base version's only $40. And it comes with Rayman Origins Enhanced Edition.
Wait, you're telling me... So they're doing a remake of Legends. But they're not doing it in the form of like, okay, we're gonna do both games and put them into one kind of like deal. Nope. No, we're gonna give you the original game it's spruced up.
It's worth noting Legends already had all of Origins levels in it for the most part. So my guessing is they're cutting those levels out of Legends and just putting the the enhanced version of Rayman Origins in there.
But like you said, they said they were doing new levels. I'm guessing they would do new levels to kind of like compensate for the origin levels that they're cutting out of the Legends game.
Yeah, but we don't know how many new levels they're doing. Yeah, but it's also out sooner than I thought it was going to be. It's out 1st of October.
Damn. It's like,
and there's going to be a lot of things on that date.
Granted,
as well.
I think a lot of studios some of the notable studios are doing more shadow announcements, like not full on shadow drops of games, but like shadow announcements and saying, oh, this game's coming out in 2 months. It's like, wait, you just announced this, and it's like, yeah, we're just letting you know now. We're almost done now.
This is about 4 months away. That feels about the right time, between 3 and 6 months.
I only say that
and it feels...
I only say that because of Star Fox, because that was like a 2 month difference.
Yeah, but Nintendo don't follow the rules. Let's be honest.
Plus, they needed to get that marketing in because of the hype.
True. But yeah, Rayman Legends. Oh, also the co-op is still only local co-op. There is no online co-op.
Oh, I wouldn't even dare to try to play that game with online co-op. Because
I can imagine.
It's very difficult. I mean, I had trouble with what was it, the Scott Pilgrim online co-op that they did, and even the remastered one that they did back then. And even though the remaster's not done by Ubisoft, but the original was, or like was published by Ubisoft at least. Like the online structure for some of those co-op side-scroller games, or even like platforming games, can be very spotty. I mean, Sega's another notable thing with Superstars, whatnot.
To be fair, it is hard to do. But yes, let's move on because we've got a lot to cover. Next announced was Bancho the Chef.
You're a black guy on the sea, cooking fish. Yay.
Well,
I actually thought that this was like a follow-up from Dave the Diver, but no, it's not. It's something completely different.
No, but it is. It's just not a follow-up. It's a prequel.
Oh, right.
It's a prequel to Dave the Diver.
It's just the art style is completely different.
Yeah, but... I mean,
how does that work? It's like a prequel looks better than the original.
Because that's the order they make the games in. I think that's all it really is. Unfortunately, having never played Dave the Diver, I'm not particularly... to be honest, I didn't particularly find much interesting in this one. It was just...
Yeah, same here. Like, it's not for me.
Yeah. Well, let's move on then. Kimuri, the Hunt the Unseen.
This is done by Nakamura's studio.
Yes.
I've forgotten her name, her first name, but former Tango Gameworks director or executive or employee at one point, where she left midway through Ghostwire Tokyo's production and whatnot. And she went off, did her own thing for a good number of years, and then she formed her new studio, like new indie studio, and here's the result of that. Basically, taking the kind of like the whole ghost yokai kind of like thing of like Ghostwire Tokyo, and then given it a new spin of like, a cooperative action, I believe. There's
free player
some co-op action to this. So yeah, like kudos to Nakamura-san to like do this with. I'm guessing this is what she wanted, kind of like have an original idea for, to give it a little more action rather than horror. Because I think Ghostwire Tokyo, because Ghostwire Tokyo was initially pitched as The Evil Within 3 at one point, I believe. That's what some reports to say. And then when Nakamura was just like not liking, I'm guessing, this is all speculation, I don't know exactly, but I'm guessing Nakamura was just hating the direction that it was going and whatnot, and she wanted to take better, more kind of like extreme liberties with the idea, and this is probably it. This is what she envisioned what Ghostwire Tokyo was going to be in her mind, but Tokyo Tango Gameworks wasn't gonna do that. But anyway, it'll be interesting. Whether or not I want to get this is a question. Because
it doesn't look up my alley, to be honest. Yeah,
it's a co-op game. It's got like it would be fun to have more people playing it. I have enough trouble trying to get people to play Sonic Rumble Party, for Christ's sake. So yeah, me getting a co-op centric game, I'm gonna have to pass on.
Fair. Next up, we move to something that's had a bit more controversy after its reveal, but we'll talk about that in a second. Tomb Raider, Legacy of Atlantis.
It's like second remake of Tomb Raider.
This is meant to be like a little more in line with her original adventure, isn't it?
Well, it is her original adventure, just remade again. Because what was it? I think this is in like this is Crystal Dynamics' envision of how the first adventure would be told if it was after the rebooted trilogy. So like Tomb Raider 2016 or 2014 or something like that.
Then Rise
of the Tomb Raider and Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
So it's like.
I didn't pay much attention to this one because I genuinely haven't actually ever played a Lara Croft game. It's time. I don't have time for these. But this one actually had a solid release date. 12th February 27. One of the first games of the new year.
Mm-hmm.
Now, admittedly, it did have a bit of controversy afterwards because the Steam page did announce that the game uses generative AI. Or at least did in its early stages. So people have been a bit upset about that, but I doubt it'll affect it that much, to be quite frank. But they have had to release statements since to explain why their Steam page says it uses generative AI. So,
I just have a bad feeling that like game studios are just gonna do it in minimal ways, but it's still gonna be a black stain.
It's gonna be increasingly more and more common. Trust me.
Ugh. It's like they just need to think about the because there's a lot more general public out there who's not accepting of this than there is people who are accepting of it. So
unfortunately, surveys say the opposite.
Dang it!
The general public actually is very supportive.
You're surveying the wrong people, surveyors.
Well, no, this is the problem, is the people that kind of attend shows and stuff are actually your, not necessarily online peeps. And basically they're saying, if it lowers the cost of our games or makes more game content, they're fine with generative AI.
Ugh.
Which I don't think they quite understand.
Mindset.
It is, because
that's just consumerism then, now.
Yeah,
it is. It's just like, you just want content constantly, and no matter how it goes about it, just give us more. You're being gluttonous, people. Stop being gluttonous.
Unfortunately, that's just general consumerism, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, but anyway, we shall move on. I genuinely don't remember this one at all.
It's
The Lost Wild. True Fear is Primal.
It's Jurassic Park, but without the Jurassic Park name, or Jurassic World without the Jurassic World name.
Yep.
I think it's like that's what many people thought it was. They thought it was this survival horror Jurassic World game that was announced. I didn't even know there was one announced, but no, this is like completely different. You know, it's like it's that blessed. It's I forgot what property. I think it's not The Office. It's or it's Community or whatever. Where it's the meme of like it's like what's the difference between these two pictures? It's like they're both the same. You know, it's like essentially it's the same. You know.
Well, you know,
but hey,
Dino Crisis fans need something to look forward to.
It's funny, yeah, because I mean, granted, who knows? Capcom might work to. I mean, they had that Exo
Primal,
which game, and I don't know if that's gotten much. I don't think it has.
Did it even release? I don't.
It has released. I'm sure it has released. But I just don't think that many people were on board on that. As much as Resident Evil and even more recently Pragmata, but I think if you want I mean it's not the same as Dino Crisis per se, especially not the second one.
I mean, this is the thing. Dino Crisis is going to be a very different thing, and if you're going to use the name, it's going to be a bit of a double-edged sword as to what you do with it.
Yeah. But hey, some horror people will enjoy this dino survival game.
Yeah. Well, moving on. Phantom Blade Zero. I don't know that series.
Soulsborne-esque game. It looks like it.
The problem is the Soulsborne, the Souls-like tag is now used on so many things that it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. But I feel so. It's evident by this. I think.
I just see it as an action game. I couldn't see it as anything else.
I mean, I looked at the UI and how enemy attacks were dished out and stuff like that, and say it's close. It's very close to Souls. But yeah. I mean,
I don't know. I consider it more like Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say it's more Chinese mythology, I think, than Japanese. I think maybe.
Yeah.
But
I mean, yeah, but that's 29th of October, so that's another. That one's an interesting one. That is going directly between Modern Warfare and GTA, but I suspect that one will be fine. I suspect that has its fans already.
Yeah, possibly.
Although very interesting cutscene and gameplay where you're juggling a baby while you do your sword fighting.
I mean,
that's going to be a weird mechanic.
I mean, it's no weirder than having a little girl on your back hacking things.
At least you're not having to use a hand to support her, whereas this one you're losing a hand to holding the baby.
Fair dues.
Dune Awakening, which I think is already out on PC, is coming to consoles for 22nd of September.
Yeah.
Having not watched any of the Dune or read the Dune fictional universe, I have no comment on this.
Same.
Cool, we move on. Dynasty Warriors 3 Complete Edition Remaster. For some people, this is going to be a big thing, because I know the Dynasty Warriors series does have quite a decent amount of fan base.
Oh, yeah.
I think this is considered one of the bigger ones.
Yep. And funniest thing about this remaster, still has the original audio. Love that original PS2 hammy acting.
Snake would like a word. That's competing with Rayman on the 1st of October.
Oh, joy. I mean,
I don't see a problem with this.
Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of people who'll be fans of both and be able to pick up both.
Yeah. Well, even then, just like
because this is a remaster. This is a remaster, and then Retold's kind of like a remake, and that's a budget remake. Yeah. So I would think that on the day, people will be able to have the money to get both if they wanted to. So,
if need be, I think this is generally the feeling I have towards like stuff. Certainly, stuff like these like remastered stuff, where we're just trying to make sure it's still playable for people who want to play it.
Yeah,
I'm absolutely fine with these. Even if it's not a game I'm not going to play, kudos to you for trying to preserve it. All good. No Rest for the Wicked. Now this literally gets sold as a RPG with Souls-like elements. So I'm guessing this is going to be Souls-like.
Yeah.
Again, an October release, but no date this time. Although it's saying a 1.0 release, so I wonder if it's got an early access version on PC.
Probably. There's a good possibility that that's the case.
Yeah. Again, no real interest in this one, but...
Yeah.
Supposedly the upcoming 1.0 release will add end-game content and class and progression systems. So... Yay! And then we come to the Capcom section.
There'll be plenty of Capcom sections later on.
Actually, no, I think this is just the one, and then it's the Konami section, actually. Maybe? I don't know. I'll have to look this up. First up, though, is Capcom Onimusha Way of the Sword, which I think is the new Onimusha series kind of sequel.
Yeah, it's a follow-up in the franchise, so... After I think the re-releases of 1 and 2 have given the series good notoriety. So then obviously we're skipping ahead a bit, although it's not. It is there. There's obviously it does kind of like lead to something else that's getting talked about by Sony later on. So yeah, people are looking forward to this. I mean, granted, I've never played an Onimusha game, even though it's again one of those franchises that kind of like spawned from Resident Evil. It was just Resident Evil, except yokai, spirits, monsters, Japan, feudal Japan, kind of like style, rather than modern day. But yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting how it plays out. I'm just not gonna, pick up a copy anytime soon, or of any entry really. So
no, Onimusha's not quite my thing either. So, but then we get to first of all, Eurogamer, how dare you mix up England and Scotland? Because literally, the opening line of their thing is, it's a horror game set in an English seaside village. No, it's set in Scotland, you idiots.
It's inspired by a Scottish sea town village, you dumb nuts. Honestly, I mean, unless it actually says it, even though the setting is inspired by Scottish town, if the setting in the actual game itself is saying that it's from an English coastal town, fair enough. Even though that's kind of ridiculous, you're taking references from a Scottish coastal town and put it into your game and calling it an English town. It's like,
you know what? Let me actually look up the official wording on Konami to see if Eurogamer is just a bunch of idiots. Okay, suppose the EU English doesn't exist. Great.
Well,
but yes, if you haven't guessed, Silent Hill Townfall.
Yes. Yeah, they just showcased more footage from the game.
And gave it a release date.
Yes. Which is later this year,
again,
obviously.
24th of September, which falling into that busy period again.
Mm-hmm. It's like I'm not the biggest Silent Hill fan myself either. Like I didn't get Silent Hill F, and that could have been something an entry point for myself. But really, I just don't have the time or the attention span to pick up a Silent Hill game. I always got like, I lie that I've not played a Silent Hill game. I played a bit of 2, but I just wasn't invested enough to continue on with it. It just wasn't for me.
I don't really have much I don't have much affinity for horror games in general, but I do know Silent Hill as a series has quite big fans. The most recent one, Silent Hill F, was a little bit splitting because some people saw it more of an action game, which took away from the horror elements, whereas some people just embraced it as, no, this is just a natural evolution.
Yeah, I did notice that criticism from a lot of people. I saw that in the gameplay, and thinking, this is a bit more combat-y than, like melee combat-y, more so than anything else.
I think Townfall goes back to the other side of it. However, I found the press release. It is based on the fictional Scottish island town of St. Amelia, developed by a Glasgow-based studio.
So there you go.
And heavily based on the real-life fishing village of East Nook of Fife, Scotland.
So you're a gamer. You need to learn about different regions of the UK. And not just think that everything is England.
Especially when you're supposed to be based in the UK, although I don't think they are anymore. Because they used to be based in Brighton. And I think since IGN's bought them out, they may no longer be English writers.
Well, they are Eurogamer, after all. They are covering Europe as a whole and whatnot. So
they technically used to have different sub-sites. So they had a Eurogamer English, Eurogamer France, Eurogamer Polish, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So obviously, it's like, obviously, it's the common problem in this in the general consensus that it's an English place and whatnot. It's somewhere in the UK. England, UK. Everything's England.
Yes, that seaside town of London.
Yes, just 10 minutes away from London.
Just like Sega's EU tour. Anyway, let's move on. Anyway, Silent Hill Townfall. I'm interested to see what that is about. It's not my type of game, but I do know people that are excited for it, and I think from what I've seen, they're legitimately good to be excited about it. I think it looks like, especially since they're getting a studio who knows the area, should know the area to put their own touches into it. It should actually be, I think, quite good.
Yeah.
Up next, a long-running series from I think Bandai Namco.
Indeed.
Double check. Ace Combat 8. Also coming out 2nd of October rather than the 1st, but in that period.
Mm-hmm.
Again, a series I do not have any knowledge of, but it does come with a free version of a previous game as well.
Yeah.
Which I think is set in the same timeline and universe.
I'm guessing so. But, yeah, Ace Combat 8. This is probably going to be the most story-heavy Ace Combat game I've ever seen. Because normally it's just a case of like, you're just thrown into a bunch of missions and whatnot for the story, and that's it. There's no, real, story to it. There's no there's no proper characters that you see outside of the planes and stuff like that. It's
You're obviously a nameless, faceless pilot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely obviously since what was it? Top Gun Maverick came back. Came around, fighter jet game. Fighter jets are becoming cool again and whatnot. So yeah, this is Bandai Namco getting on board, adding more story to their fighter jet series, whatnot, bringing us a new one. Good for you, people.
Yeah, I don't really have much comment on this one. The Ace Combat series, as far as I know, been a fan favourite. They've had their ups and downs, but generally it's been quite well and quite consistent as well, I think, on that side.
Yeah.
So, good on them. Right, a returning series that Yeah, it could be an interesting one for people to look at. Stuntman Hollywood.
Originally, when I was watching this with a friend, this whole state of play, and they immediately thought it was a Fast and Furious kind of like game because
Do you know what I thought it was?
Yeah, because of the first vehicle you see is a vehicle from that franchise. But then obviously when it started going into Knight Rider, and then the DeLorean from Back to the Future, my friend's still saying, still Fast and Furious. It's like, when has Fast and the Furious had a time traveling DeLorean in it?
So, do you want to know what series I thought it was? I thought it was just turn out the Burnout series.
You know what? Yeah, you could have been right. Although, granted, what was it? Even then, they did have like variations off the Night 2000 Kit 2000. Sorry, and the DeLorean, but it wasn't them. They had to legally change the names because they didn't have the rights to say them properly. So, yeah, but no, it's like, this is a property that hasn't had a new entry in well over a decade.
So I believe there's been some licensing problems and such. This one actually seems to be in cooperation with Universal.
Yes, I did see that. I did see that symbol on the end card.
Yeah. So it seems like this one's a little bit more of a promoted one, but that's probably not a bad thing, considering what it's, the whole stuntman band behind it.
Well, at least it's got to be a property that's putting their licensing budget into something that actually has more than, just over 100 presses of action gameplay.
Yeah,
it's like it's not just got to play itself in certain points in the game. Wink, wink. But no, I'm like, this will be fun. I think this might be a fun kind of like return to the series.
Again, I don't really do racing games in general, but this is one I could see. If I pick it up cheap, I'll just have a bit of fun with it.
Well, the thing is also is that, like, it's not just gonna be racing. It's gotta have. I'm sure they will obviously try to do like new stuff to it and actually give us like sort of like a stunt mode of some kind.
Yeah.
So just like in like Burnout, where
in the
you
old
can do like the crash mode and stuff.
Yeah, it would be like the old Stuntman, where it's like you need to do particular things to get score and stuff. But yeah, I'm interested to see it. I don't know if I'll pick it up or not, but it's interesting.
Yeah,
it's different as well, which is I think something I quite like.
It's a nice fresh change to what we normally come to know from all these presentations and whatnot.
Well, let's get back to the old grim dark then.
Yeah,
ill.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing this a few years ago, whatever, and I was kind of like, oh my god, those monster designs are crazy. I don't know if it's the same game or not. It's like, because I feel the character, the creature designs or like the enemy designs is a little more toned down in this one, in this
potentially
new trailer. But I might be thinking of another game. I don't know. But hey, typical first person horror. It is what it is.
Horror fans, you'll have to let us know, because that's not me or Turbo. Well, that's not true.
You say that. It's like, I have a whole month called Turboween for crying out loud.
Yeah, but I would say you're not a hardcore horror fan because you don't do it 24/7.
No, of course, yeah.
Fair enough. Next on our list is Control Resonant, the sequel to Control, I believe.
Yep. I haven't played Control yet. It's still on the back burner, that. And I think it follows up from that, and kind of, because I did play Alan Wake 2, and in the DLC for Alan Wake 2, specifically, I think the Night Springs DLC, they hinted at a lot, in the old house. That's it. the Old House DLC, they did have a connection to this, because or going back to the first game and then kind of connecting to Resonant, because it has a character. It has the main character in this game, Control Resonant, featured in that DLC briefly.
As far as I'm aware, Control referenced Alan Wake 2 as well.
Yeah, so
I know they've confirmed it's all part of the same universe.
Yeah, the Remedyverse, as it's called.
Yes. Although, it's worth noting, obviously, their last game, FBC, didn't do that well.
No. So I mean, granted, it wasn't really marketed that well.
It also isn't their strength, let's be fair.
It was like a looter shooter. Kind of like...
basically they were trying to do something like make a smaller, shorter game using existing assets from Control to make something a bit different. It just didn't go down well.
Yeah.
But Control Resonant got its release date, 24th September. I know plenty of people are just crawling for that one. Sadly, I've not played either Control or Alan Wake, so I'm not in the Remedyverse yet. So
yeah, I mean, I'm only with the Alan Wake side of the Remedyverse myself. I'm not...
So far?
Yeah,
maybe one day.
I mean, granted, I'll get round to doing at least Control sometime down the line. But...
And if you enjoy it enough, then you might want to do Resonant afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, granted, it's a completely different control style. Like, Resonance is more like prototype slash Infamous in gameplay style. If you know what I'm talking about, basically Spider-Man without the web slinging, as such. But it's like, I might pick it up, I might not. It really depends.
Depends how Control goes.
Yeah.
I think we can knock a few of these out quite quickly, actually. Marathon Season 2, coming 2nd of June.
Boring!
Here's the thing. Bungie do really good gun... I think me and Kevin were talking about this. Bungie do really good gunplay. Supposedly, the actual gunplay of this game is fantastic. Not going to play a PvP game, just straight up.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't... it's a total deviation to how Marathon was originally made back in the day. Like, it's not a single-player experience anymore. It's a multiplayer...
Well, here's the thing. I don't think I would have minded it being like a multiplayer co-op shooter, like following on from what they did from Destiny. Because as much as I didn't like the way they sorted Destiny in the end with how they cut content that you previously owned and forced you to buy the new content, I did enjoy playing Destiny with Shadowfox and our friends MAI and Think. The problem is just the way they sorted their DLC, well, their seasons down the line. And Marathon just seems like it's doing the same, and it's just like... And now it's PvP exclusive, so it's like... Yeah, I'll pass. But everyone I know that's played it has said, yeah, the gunplay is amazing. I have no interest in playing the game anymore because it's PvP.
Yeah. I mean, it's just...
Yeah.
It's just one of those kind of like... genres of games and like first person shooters. It's just like it's a subgenre of it. It's not appealing. Like it's just like you have to. I mean, I do play my online only games and whatnot, but it's very few and far between. It's like it's selective, and of course, if it's gotta be something that's done in other multiplayer in other first person shooter games, it's only focusing on the multiplayer side. I'm not going to be enticed as much. So
no. I mean, you've got Dead by Daylight. I've got Final Fantasy 14. It's not that we don't play online games. It's just, we have particular tastes.
Yeah.
Anyway. This one actually, I would say this is a big announcement I don't think either you or me care about.
Yeah. I mean, I was never brought up in this genre, in this kind of like era of PC gaming and whatnot back in the day.
Yeah. So RuneScape will be coming to the PlayStation, and its new expansion will be releasing at about the same time as it comes out. Called Dragon Wilds. Unfortunately, not being a RuneScape fan, I can tell you nothing about it. It does say in this article, RuneScape is 25 years old this year. That's how long.
I mean, granted, there's a
lot
of properties that are turning 25 this year, so...
No, but this is a single MMO that's been going on for 25 years. So that's a pretty good milestone.
Yeah.
That makes it older than World of Warcraft, I think.
Yeah, so, I think, maybe.
But yeah. It'll be interesting to see how this does. I hope RuneScape... And bear in mind, this company's UK-based as well, who make RuneScape.
All right.
Jagex. I believe they're UK-based, anyway. Certainly have plenty of jobs in the UK. Next up, we have a trio of stuff coming to the PlayStation Plus higher tier stuff. We have Guitar Man.
Yep, Riven Game classic.
Yeah, Parappa fans, if you need something else to tide you over, this is the one. I've definitely seen... I know people love this game. I've never played it myself.
And there's a plenty of other entries in this property that could be coming out as well down the line. I know of the PSP game Guitar Man Lives.
Yeah, was that a sequel or a remake?
I think that might have been a remake, possibly, or like a demake, because obviously it's coming down from the PlayStation to the PSP.
PS2 and PSP were roughly around the same power. So.
Yeah, roughly, but not proper 1-to-1 sometimes. But no. I think there was a sequel, though. I think there was a simple 2.
I'm pretty sure there's a Guitar Man 2, yeah.
Yeah. So depending on this, how successful Guitar Man comes to be on the service, expect the other entries to show up soon.
Then we have Psyops, the Mindgate Conspiracy, which I'd never heard about before.
I've seen it back in my day when I worked in the game shop. I saw this all the time in the used section, a lot. It's third-person shooter affair with a silly gimmick. It's like, so yeah.
Then we have, what was the last one? Onimusha, Dawn of Dreams.
This
more
ties back
Onimusha for you.
Yeah, ties back to the new Onimusha that was being on the works. Just more of the older entries being re-released, and people are enjoying it. The only one that they haven't done so far is number 3, which is obviously because they have Jean Reno. I think that's his name. The popular French actor who played Leon the Professional in that one movie.
I do not know, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's like so he was featured. His likeness was featured in the third game, in the third Onimusha game. They had a time traveling. They went Turtles in time. They went with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 logic for the third game. So that's probably why it's not getting released or re-released on PlayStation, I think.
Well. But yes, that's your... I would expect it a bit more, but I don't know how much people really care about the higher tiers of the PlayStation Plus service. So
yeah, I mean, I don't have anything higher than the basic.
No,
membership.
same.
Yeah.
Well, that's not true. I've occasionally been gifted the higher ones by certain companies for as thank yous, basically.
I just wish that these games were just available to just straight out purchase. Like
some of them are now.
Some are, but it takes a while for them to be taken out of the PlayStation Plus program,
although
like the extra or the premium program, and be readily available to just be purchased on the store. It's,
the one thing I have noticed,
give people the option, but no, they can't have people have the option because they want people to be up on the tiers so they can get more money permanently. Concurrently. Yeah.
I will say PS3 games I somewhat understand because they're a little bit of a tricky thing for you. You literally would have to remake them from the ground up to work natively. You kind of have to stream them. Just because of the way PS3 architecture was. One thing I will give them credit for, though, is if you are a really old-school PlayStation gamer and bought stuff on your PSP or PS3 that are like PS1 and PS2 classics, automatically gifted to your account.
I mean, I was lucky enough to get what was it? All the classic Resident Evil games, Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3, for free on PlayStation 5.
So I was going through the libraries and was like, oh, hang on, when did I get the original PS1 version of Medieval on my account? And then I went and looked through. It's like, oh, I have all these other PS1 games. Why have I got them? And I looked up. It's like, oh, it's because I bought them on the PSP years and years ago. And they've just gone, well, it's still associated with your account. You're using the same account. Here you go. We're not going to charge you for it again. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
2 more games, and then we're done with PlayStation.
Yes. And the Brigands.
They are Brigands. First of all, a sequel to much anticipated game, Until Dawn 2.
Yeah, the first one was set in a snowy mountain. Second one's set in a sunny island. What a contrast.
Well, other big contrast. Different dev team.
Yeah, they don't have Supermassive on this. So I believe it's the team that did the remake for the first game. For PS5.
Fire Sprite, yeah.
Yeah. So it's just basically them following up from that project. I didn't know how successful it was, but I'm guessing it was successful enough to get a green light from Sony to just do a sequel to follow up from it.
I guess so. It's really hard to tell with those games, but I know the original Until Dawn was exceedingly popular.
Oh yeah, and still is. Like people still love Until Dawn. Like it's hard for people to follow up. Like even Supermassive themselves with the Dark Pictures series
and the Quarry.
Yeah, or the Quarry. Yeah, they've not been getting the best success from their outing since Until Dawn.
Yeah,
heck, even the what was it? The Dead by Daylight inspired title that they had, the casting of Frank Stone, that didn't go well because it was very buggy.
But I will say this kind of genre is very hard to produce. I think because this is a very fine balance between being a really cool interactive story and why am I not just watching this on YouTube?
I was going to say, tell that to Bloom and Supermassive then, because they've been doing that for years now. They've done like 7 projects.
Yeah, but they generally do enough to pay back their bills, so it's doing something right. But yeah, Until Dawn 2, don't blame them. Not my thing, but
I mean, I do want to go back through, try the PS5 version of Until Dawn, because I actually did get the platinum for the first game, the original game on PS4.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to try that again, and then I want to try Until Dawn 2 sometime down the line, if I can,
Yeah, fair. And then to finish off, there was this one I've seen a little bit divisive for varying reasons.
There's, even though I've not played the series at all in any way, but I do plan to with my bucket list and whatnot. Though I'm waiting for a certain trilogy to come back out to actually do that now.
Yeah, I can't blame you for that.
Yeah, God of War coming back. This time with a new twist.
Yeah, so we're playing as Kratos' second wife.
Yeah.
Long story. But yeah, Laufey. So, first thoughts. I think it's good that they're taking a break from Kratos for a little bit while they work on more Kratos. I was expecting Atreus.
Many people were thinking that too. But I think don't. But here's the thing. I think the devs have been watching too many isekai animes recently. And they thought, hey, how about if we make a new God of War game, but have it being that we play as Kratos' most recent wife going to another world and reincarnating in another world. Brilliant.
I don't think it's quite. I think it is still based on the.
Yeah, it's still based on the Norse mythology. Yeah, because I did see people talking about it where certain interactions in spoilers, by the way, in Ragnarok, where she does come back for certain scenes, in Ragnarok, and then people have made this in the 20. Well, I say in quotations, 20 minutes of gameplay. Most about maybe 5% of it was black screen. because the opening was very, very long to get into gameplay and whatnot. And even then, gameplay was very limited.
I mean, it's the very start of the game, so it was basically showing you the tutorial.
Yeah. It's definitely trying to, kind of like... Sugar, I've lost my train of thought.
Well, let me take over, because one thing they very much said is they're trying to make this one much more fast-paced to harken back to the original God of War games. Some of the divisive on this is just stupid, if I'm going to be honest. Some people are just like, why is it not Kratos? Why are we playing as someone else? And I'm just like, you know what? If it's Kratos all the time, you have to keep piling on stuff to Kratos that doesn't make sense. I actually think playing as a different character is a good thing. It's not the character maybe I would have chosen. I would have probably gone with Atreus, but I think this is a nice opportunity to just explore something a little bit different. What I think is the issue is how is this going to tie into the whole bigger, wider story, and a little bit... I'm fine with Laufey. It was the gelatinous cube seemed a bit of a weird addition as your side partner.
Right. Just to correct you there, Laufey is just the title of the name, or the title of the game. Her actual name is Faye.
I thought that was Faye was the shortened version of her full name.
Is it? Okay. Well, I'm just going off of what I was hearing in the thing. She just introduced herself as Faye.
I think it might be short for Laufey, but
okay.
That would be my guess.
Yeah, but no, the gelatinous cube called Frank.
Yeah,
in a God of War game. What the hell?
Like gelatinous cube, maybe I can accept, but it just felt like, it's a sentient talking kid. Even gelatinous cubes in D&D can't talk generally.
Well, neither can ribbons. But also,
to be fair,
I forgot her name. I don't know if it's...
I have forgotten her name,
but
but she is an actual mythological thing in that mythos, I believe.
Okay.
The ribbon that controls sword. I do think that's an actual thing in Norse mythology.
Right.
So that one makes more sense to me. Not the gelatinous cube, which is a D&D thing. It's definitely not a Norse mythology thing.
Like I said, I think someone at Santa Monica Studios has watched too much isekai. Especially in recent terms with, like, that time I was reincarnated as a slime, that time I was reincarnated as a vending machine in another world. It's like, those kind of, like, things, those stupid concepts, they just you know what? Yeah. Let's make a gelatinous cube and call him Frank. And he'll be your sidekick for this game, for this God of War game. Now,
from my perspective, I have played the 2 recent God of War games and the expansion for God of War Ragnarok,
yeah.
Valhalla, which I didn't 100% that one. I platinumed both God of War and God of War Ragnarok. Trying to get all the trophies on Valhalla is not happening.
Yeah, Valhalla is a challenge mode DLC.
It is, but fair play to them. It's free and actually does feel like they've put a lot of effort into it, especially with Apollo returning and such. I'm looking forward to this one, but I don't know if it's going to be a day one purchase for me yet. I think I want to see more, because I'm a bit worried that it's just more for the sake of more.
From what I saw from the footage and whatnot, it is pretty much the same, like, sort of gameplay, just a little faster.
A little faster. There'll be it looks a little bit more aerial combat.
Yeah, movement, like it's definitely it's utilizing a lot more kind of like mystical powers to it as well. I don't know how much like mystical powers Kratos used.
Kind of. The thing with Kratos is a tank.
Yes.
So all of your, like, he can dodge and stuff fine, and that's kind of paramount to the gameplay. Although you're also more encouraged to block, although it's still using the same imagery for what are unblockable attacks, etc. The thing with Kratos is it's about you overpowering the enemy, not, trying to get around unscathed. I don't know if Faye's going to have quite that tankiness, so...
I mean, based on how she combated in that final scene against the big red dude...
probably not.
Like, she'll have some form of kind of like tanking... kind of like
not quite the same.
Not
it
feels
feels
like
like
not in the same way
dodgy.
as Kratos, obviously.
But
she's been like launched into blooming cliff faces and be able to get away, be able to continue.
I mean, she's a god, right? So,
yeah.
But yeah, I want to see more of this before I make a judgment, really. And I will say, I think considering it doesn't even have I don't think it even gave it a 27 release date.
Yeah, it's got to be a while.
This might not be till 28, which then makes me question, well, if they're working on this and the God of War trilogy remake and the next big God of War with Kratos, which they've confirmed, are they juggling too much at once?
Yes. It's a flat out yes. I think they need more either they need more studios to work on these games.
Well, we don't know how big the studios
their team. Yeah. Kind of like.
We also don't know if the God of War trilogy remake is being handled in house. To be fair, it probably is being supervised by in house, but it may be being because obviously they don't need to redesign the game. Depending on how they're remaking them, they don't necessarily need to redesign the games. They just need to redesign the assets.
Well, if they didn't disband Blooper Team, they could have gotten them to work on it, but they are assholes.
Let's not go for that one. But yeah, I mean, judgment of PlayStation's one overall. How did you feel about it?
It definitely is a mixed bag. Like there are some titles in here that I was interested in, particularly like obviously they blew their load right at the start with Wolverine. That was definitely the highlight.
I say they did a good job of having a let's get you hooked at the start, and I still think Lao Fei was a good ending to get you hyped for something long. Because the thing is, you go, oh, we're excited for Wolverine, and we know it's coming soon, and then you end with something that's
coming out down the line,
but you still can be excited for, yeah. So I think that's a good way to bookend it. Yeah, it's.
But is the middle creamy enough to be a nice sandwich?
I think they had some strong points in there, but I felt like some of them got undermined a little bit. Like, Rayman should have been a new Rayman game should have been awesome, and it's a remake of one of the best games. Okay, with worse graphics. Oh. And a few other bits that look a bit unsure. The only other good thing that a lot of people seem to like is they're bringing back a lot of the voice actors from the last time they were voiced.
Right.
So I think for the rest of it, the problem they're having is a lot of it is going to be... a lot of it was titles that are focused on most people play them on PlayStation first. Stuff like Ace Combat. Sure, you get it on PC, you get it on Xbox. Most people are probably playing it on PlayStation anyway. Same with stuff like Phantom Blade Zero. Probably similar with Silent Hill, to be honest.
Yeah.
Probably a little less.
Silent Hill is definitely akin to a Sony property than anything else. Based on its original trilogy.
I think it was a strong showcase. I don't think it's their best. And they've obviously, from something that came out at the end of the game, the Summer Game Fest show, they obviously lost one of their biggest announcements they could have had.
Yes.
But we'll get to that next time, because I think we're going to have to cut this first episode here.
Yeah.
Because we've been going on for a little bit.
I'm seeing the timer.
We'll be back for next week, hopefully, to give you our thoughts on the Summer Games Fest and even more stuff. But my thanks to you, Turbo, for joining me for this discussion.
Very welcome.
And I've been Urtheart, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Later.
This was a Last Minute Continue production. For more, please check lastminutecontinue.com.